So what made you decide to get into music?
For me, it was my mom telling me I had to try out some instruments when I was like 10 years old. So it's like a thing in Sweden. You go through a couple of instruments during school, and then she just forced me to be like in an orchestra and stuff like that. So I've just done a couple of stuff, and then around like 14, I got really into rap and I started writing rap music. And I don't know, how old were you when you started?
About 15 years old.
15 years old. So yeah, it was like basically we were forced, and then 8 Mile came out, sort of.
Oh, is that the Eminem film? 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. So was he like one of your inspirations, like getting into music?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's cool.
At least for me.
Well, that kind of leads on to my next question, because I was going to say, like, what kind of artist inspired you, or like what artists do you like to listen to?
You start.
Oh, at that time, I think it was just like Swedish rap, underground rap.
Same here.
Right.
Yeah. So unsigned Swedish rap. It was like, at that time, it was like it was going off at the forums online, and everybody who had a mic in the studio at home just recorded shit and posted it. And so it was like it is now, like Reddit, but like different forums. Some people were just posting songs. I did the same. I listened to like unsigned artists from Sweden, and kind of just joined the movement.
I was wondering, how did you two become a duo? Like, how did you guys kind of meet and go about deciding to pair up for music?
Okay, so we're in Stockholm now. I'm not from here originally. I'm from the west coast of Sweden, and I moved here when I was 17 to start high school, or I don't know what you say in English, but like when you turn 16, you start. Yeah, so I moved here to go to school, and then I connected with a bunch of people, a bunch of rappers actually from the forums, and Marcus was one of them. And then like a couple years passed, and it was just like we were all making music together, all of these guys, and at some point we just hit it off in the studio, did a song, and then a couple years later we decided.
Was that before the festival?
Yeah,
Where we met?
so we met like in different constellations. He was with his group and I was with another group, and we both performed on the same festival, and like kind of hit it off after that. But then we decided to go into the studio together just for fun. And then like a couple years after that, we did the same thing again, just went into the studio, and all of a sudden we've done like 10 songs together, and realized, yeah, shit, maybe we're doing now. So it was like just very organic, and very just playful like that. It wasn't like, okay, so let's form this group and do this. It was just like, it just happened.
So it's kind of like an experimental thing, like you just kind of went in a couple of times and realized you had like good chemistry and you worked well together.
Exactly, yeah.
Have you ever struggled as a duo in terms of like, you might be creating a song and you've got like very different ideas, and if that is the case, how have you kind of resolved those issues?
That's a good question. Yes, we have struggled. I don't think, from my point of view, I'm gonna let you answer too. From my point of view, it's not so much about like while we're creating a song in particular. It's more like how to align your visions and the execution of like achieving your goals. And because like we live two different lives and we're two different people, so it's like any relationship kind of, you know, it's always up and down. But I think what makes it work is to be able to sit down, look at your differences, and trying to find the middle ground to find common ground kind of. So it's like, yeah. But I don't know if it's been like oh, you want to do this chorus? Well, fuck you then, because it's a bad
Yeah.
chorus. I don't know if it's ever been like that, but I don't know. How do you feel?
Okay, good question. I feel like the last 2 or 3 years I've been kind of lost in what music I like or wanted to do.
Yeah.
And
So it's like when we had that situation for a while when either he was like not sure what sound he was looking for, what he was vibing off of, and me just trying to find something that works for us both, or the other take is just to do whatever I feel is good and then hope that he likes it. So it's like, that's why also like we haven't released a bunch of albums the last couple of years. It's been like a song every now and then, because that's been the time when we've organically clicked and found a vibe that we both like. It's like when you play a beat and it's like it's from different from time to time. You know how it's like consuming music as well. Sometimes you want to listen to a hard like battle rap, and sometimes you want to listen to love ballads, and sometimes you want to, it's just like consuming music, but you're consuming while making it, sort of. So you have to be in the vibe for what you're creating.
So I'm a big fan of your music, but I don't have a clue what you say, because obviously I don't speak Swedish. But I was gonna say, do you feel like that's kind of part of like the power of music, kind of the way that it can be enjoyed no matter what language it's in? It's kind of like a universal thing for everyone.
I had a period of like in my teenage years when I was so into French rap, and I have no idea what they say in French. So it's just like the cadence of it. It's yeah, you could definitely be, or like Spanish songs. There must be a reason why like the hit list is always like at some point there's a Spanish song, you know half of what they're saying, but it's a vibe. You can understand the vibe even if you don't know exactly what they're saying. So definitely, yeah. How did you find us? You said a friend of yours introduced us.
Is that a Swedish friend?
Yeah, so it's not I don't even know how it happened. I think it was late 2017. I was just chatting to one of my friends, and we were just talking about music, and he was like, "Oh, I heard this random Swedish song," and I listened to it, and I was like, "This is really good." And at first it was kind of funny because we like had no idea what you were saying, but then I listened to some more of it. I think I really liked, is it Omjagfalla? Is that how you pronounce it?
On the spot.
Yeah, I really liked that. Yeah. So yeah, and then I just started listening to lots of them. Like I've been listening to Dina Ord quite a lot, and I had no idea how to pronounce the one. It's kind of like a really mellow beat, and you've got like a female vocalist halfway through. I think you released it last year. Altid.
Altid.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I really like those. And yeah, just
always, no matter what.
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay. So that's cool, because I have no idea what the title actually means. I just like the sound of it. It sounds good, but yeah.
That's so cool. You just keep like, because the times I discover music that's not in a language that I understand, it's like I give it a couple listens, but it really has to do something special for me to like keep on coming back to it. It's like it's English or maybe Norwegian, or not even Danish, because I don't understand the word they say in Danish, but yeah, so it has to be something special to stay in my playlist for like that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in the future, or where would you like to be?
Yeah, so it's like we've been, and this falls into the answer of one of the questions you had earlier about like getting in sync with what we both want, because I mean I think we both want to go out and perform, do tours and gigs, and like be, not that like fame in particular is the reason for it, but like from the fame you'll get to do the things that you like to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I get that.
if that's like it also has to be fun while doing it, and if you're like forcing yourself to do stuff that you're not comfortable with or you don't think is fun, then the rewards that you get from it out of it is like not as nice. So I think we just want to keep having fun with music, and hopefully it continues to be fun more frequently, and then we can do it more frequently to do all the things that we want to do with it. You know what I mean? Is that a
no, I get that.
reason? So it's not like we want to perform in Sanctuarism Globe, but I mean that would be fucking dope to do that, but we want to get there while having fun.
Yeah, I guess it's like that thing, isn't it? Like the more fame you have, the more opportunities you get, like the bigger stages you can perform on, the more you get to travel and just reach other people with your music. But yeah, as COVID, like, because obviously this pandemic is kind of screwing everyone over, has that affected your work at all?
As a group, no. But I mean, as a musician, and I work as a songwriter, producer, and also like been touring with other artists for the last couple of years, and that side of my personal business definitely has been affected. But I don't think we didn't like do a lot of gigs and stuff like that before the pandemic anyways. So I wouldn't say that it's affected us, other than like, oh yeah, we're going to the studio next week. Sorry, I have a cold, so maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe we have to postpone it for 2 weeks, like that.
Yeah.
So like on that level, and it would have been the same if it wasn't a pandemic.
Yeah.
So not in a huge way, no.
What song are you both most proud of that you've created, obviously?
You start, Marcus.
I think I like Us most.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's so dependent on what, like.
It's in the different days.
Yeah, it's different because so Us is very like emotionally powerful.
Yeah.
In a very cool way. So that's cool. But I think it's always though like you have the most love for the most recent one in a way as well. So like the most recent one that you've done is the closest to heart, or freshest, feels the freshest to you. Us has stood like the test of time. We did it. Is it years ago? 2016. So yeah. What's the math?
Yeah.
5 years.
I see.
5 years ago. Yeah. So and it's still fucking good. So yeah, that's a long answer for Us, I guess.
I would say Us and Alltid Oavsett.
Yeah, Alltid Oavsett hasn't gotten the recognition it deserves, I think, but it's a favorite too.
I was listening to that constantly last summer. It's a very summery song.
Right, that was the idea. And now we're working on new stuff. It's going to be a lot different now, but a lot fun as well. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, looking forward to that then.